Interesting, isn't it, with Harry and Meghan, the former royals? They often bleat on about things, climate change, saving the planet, all while taking private jets around the world, as they did recently to New York, allegedly. But this particular latest idea seemingly has backfired, so let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. A blistering day today. As ever, we're in the middle of July, so it's nice to have such warm weather. Whatever people are saying, yes, it's climate change and there's all sorts of things we can do, but let's just bask in a bit of delightfulness, shall we? After 2.5 years of being trapped in on, not really unsure about the future and all that sort of stuff, let's just enjoy the moment. You all agree? Yes, let's have a big wave to say we all agree. I'm looking at you, yes. I know we're daft, but it's all what makes the world go around. And of course, if you are out and about, wherever you are in the world, stay safe. And remember, if you are out in the sun, lots of sun cream and a hat. I do put all of those things on the minute we come off camera. Don't you worry, I know how to look after myself. Back as ever to your break and roll story of the day. The particular story is very strange in itself because, as we know, Harry and Meghan decided to go to New York for him to speak at the United Nations, a very small affair, intimate as they might say in some circles, given the size of the audience, but nonetheless, brave enough to stand up and have a go. But it's always interesting with Harry and Meghan, as I say, because as we know, they've got an ongoing litigation case against the Mail on Sunday, the Daily Mail group and the Mail Online, all about their security issues, about coming back here to the United Kingdom, feeling safe, all of that sort of stuff. Very contradictory in terms, isn't it, though? When you think about it, they popped back up for the Platinum Jubilee celebrations, and then we saw Meghan Markle winding down the window of their bulletproof car to make sure that suddenly, somehow, she was seen. Beautiful picture nonetheless, but where was the security worry then? But now over in New York, there's an even bigger concern, and it all really is centered around this. As you can see, Harry and Meghan were very busy on that particular day. 3 change of outfits for her, and him, of course, pared down, looking something a little bit like a ruffian. Not at all what one would expect for him to be turned out like. Now, I'm not being elitist. Basically, if you're doing something like that, you really should carry that look through. And I feel that when Harry left the restaurant, it almost looked as if, oh, that's a relief. I can now go back to being a bit of a hobo. Nothing wrong in that if that's what you want to do, but decide which character you want to portray. Meghan, of course, was clad in designer outfits, got a different shade of all sorts of colours throughout the day. That never went unnoticed, but it was this particular incident that really caught a lot of people's eye. Now, when you're reporting the British monarchy, or any royals in fact, there's a lot of stringency about how close you can get in terms of security. When you say go out with the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, we are, say, behind a barrier or in a certain area that we're only allowed to film from. And they do come over and say hello, but there's never the right moment, if you like, to grab that selfie. It wouldn't be done. It's not protocol. So this particular instance with Meghan and this fan that appeared from nowhere seems very strange in itself. First and foremost, the security elements are rather concerning because seemingly nobody checked this person at all. They just popped up. Can I get a selfie? Sure, says Meghan. Suddenly a selfie comes from nowhere. Now, the validation of this particular person is very strange in itself because we have seen this before, and we're not suggesting this for one moment with Miss Markle or indeed the former royal known as Prince Harry. But their agents, their people behind them, can obviously plant people in the crowd to wave, scream, applaud, shout their name forward. You get the picture. And this particular lady seemed mildly excited, but it almost was like she'd already planned the idea. Now, she could have done, of course, but how easy was it for her to get that close to Meghan? Now, when they talk about security issues, can you imagine what could have gone wrong if this was a crazed stabber or, marker or whatever you want to call them? Anything could have happened in that moment. But did Meghan look frightened? No. Did she question the sort of look? Did she look towards security? Absolutely not. I'll leave it up to you to decide exactly your thoughts on that particular picture. But was it a good idea? And really, did it have the maximum effect? Now, this particular individual posted it all over her social media, as one could expect, and obviously they're very happy about this. But it just seems strange, out of nowhere, you're able to get that close. Let's not even talk about the water bottle and the kindness behind the lady. As ever, when I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.